As we speak, cars in Boston and factories in Beijing are melting the ice caps in the Arctic, shrinking coastlines in the Atlantic, and bringing drought to farms from Kansas to Kenya.
The problem of climate change is now almost universally understood and acknowledged.
The threats to the world climate from global warming are real. The time to act is now.
I'm only a child, yet I know we are all in this together and should act as one single world towards one single goal.
We're borrowing money from China to buy oil from the Persian Gulf to burn it in ways that destroy the planet. Every bit of that has to change.
When somebody says climate change, the first thing they think about is their car. But in reality, transportation in total, including cars and airplanes and everything, is about a third of the footprint, whereas almost half comes from the built environment, from building and operating buildings. So of that 43 or so percent, nearly 20% of the U.S. carbon footprint is actually U.S. homes. So it's really about double the emissions that come from passenger cars. If we were to go out in the U.S. and address those 70 million existing single-family homes and reduce their energy somewhere between 20 to 40%, which we can do with extremely high return on investment, with all this technology that we have today, with really fundamentally with means that we have, we could see as much as a 5% decrease in the U.S. carbon footprint overall, which is an enormous reduction. It's the equivalent of turning every single passenger car on the road into a hybrid. Our crews and our retrofitting teams are spending a lot of time in the crawl space, in the attic. These places are tight, they're dirty, they're smelly, and that's part of the job. We have great teams and support structure, but fundamentally, it's hard work in tight places.
About 6 inches to my right, there's a foundation wall, and about 6 inches, or no, less than that, about 2 inches to my left is a pier. Part of the foundation, part of what's used to hold up the building. And I'm laying in about a 15-inch crawl space.
It's things like air sealing the building, insulating the walls, fixing the leaky ductwork. In California, 30% of the air on average is lost at a leaky duct whenever you turn on your furnace. And overall, it's like 2.5% of the energy in the state. It's incredible. How that work is performed, using the correct tools and the correct equipment and being able to successfully install and commission these systems. At the end, that's actually what determines if they're going to work or not. And so it's really our retrofitting crews, their skills, their training is what in the end determines whether or not we're going to have success.
My name is Eric Pearson. I've been in and out of construction mostly. I've done a lot of different jobs. I just had enough, and I figured, okay, the next company that I get involved with, it's got to be completely honest. It's got to be worthwhile. It's got to be rewarding.
My name is Brian Bessold. Background is Bachelor's of Environmental Design and Architecture from CU Boulder. I've worked as a carpenter, home builder for 10 plus years. I like process thinking, I like being outside, I like putting materials together for the families whose homes we're working on, making their lives better.
My name is Elodoro Goff. I moved here recently about 2 years ago. I'm actually from Belize. My best part of the job is coming into a home for the first time, seeing the people and interacting with the homeowners and stuff, and really at the end of the day, after accomplishing your job and your mission, feeling a great sense of happiness.
My name is John Neal. I really love getting a call back from a client a month, 2 months down the road where they say, I no longer have this asthma problem that I had before, and my kids seem that much healthier, and our energy bills have gone down. And all of those experiences really touched me.
My name is Thomas Kim. We know that we're saving people money. We know that we're improving the energy efficiency of homes, and we know that we're improving the comfort and indoor air quality as well.
My name is Lucas Havlicek. I'm originally from Indiana. I spent most of my life doing some form of construction. When you come home and you realize that you're getting paid for this, that you're doing something good and you're getting paid, that's not something everybody can do.
My name is Ryan Booth. I just keep it in mind that I'm a warrior, in the battle against climate change, on the front lines, in the trenches. Waking up at 5:30 in the morning.
Being in tight crawl spaces, being in attics that are like 100 degrees.
At the end of the day, you're just super tired and you still gotta maintain your focus.
Isn't this really just convoluted crawl space? And I ended up in the very back corner of the house. I noticed the stuff on the ground which reminded me of ectoplasm from the Ghostbusters, the stuff that Slimer leaves behind. But it was maybe dry stuff, and it kind of freaked me out, grossed me out, and I thought there were ghosts there.
I suppose the grossest thing I ever encountered is spray foam. I've had a can have the tip break off on me and had both my hands covered in it, and I went around looking homeless for about 3 days because I could not get it off.
Dead, decomposing rats. I mean, you're up close and personal with this thing, and you know, it's kind of nice for the client if you can bag it and get it out of there. That's generally what we do, but yeah, you never get used to that. All right, so what do we got?
Got 1200 on the blower door test.
Okay. It looks like the icing in the crawl space and the attic improved the numbers really well.
You really have to have a good character, a good attitude to, you know, to what you're doing, and really appreciate the work that you're doing.
You do have to have a really high tolerance for discomfort.
We're a performance contractor, so everything that we do has to be top-notch.
Fear of snakes, spiders, rats, couldn't bring themselves to roll around in rat feces trying to get something done that most people wouldn't want to. So it is definitely not for most people.
We're very motivated as a company, you know, not just to go make some money, but also to really do something that supports the environment. And we're very mission driven. And we're trying to attract those people who really are an elite set in this industry.
Component of this job is kind of limitless. There's always something you could learn and get better at.
We need an armada of trained building scientists who are willing to go and get dirty and do the work that needs to be done.
On top of the mechanics of the job, how to seal a duct, how to disconnect, reconnect, there's all the science behind it, how to interpret the data, and all the different systems, heating, air conditioning. So yeah, it's definitely you know, a few minutes to learn and a lifetime to master.
We have, what, 75 million homes in America? That's 75 million houses that need to be green, and we can only do it one at a time, but if we're doing at least one at a time, maybe we'll get other people to see that they should be doing the same thing.
It's very satisfying to be able to work on somebody's house and leave knowing that you've left it a healthier place, and leave knowing that you're helping the environment at the same time.
Working here at Sustainable Spaces has allowed me the opportunity to, you know, give back something to the world.